may be losing my mind. See what I see behind.
Hello and welcome to today's Just Chopsing Podcast. And with David and myself, we have, I was going to say Chris Terry then, but we have the Cavs. They're a five-piece indie outfit from Manchester. How are you doing, lads?
Good.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
I heard a couple of you were quite ill, poorly, probably been on a beer.
Two of them have been dying a bit this week, yeah.
Did you have a gig last weekend?
Yeah, Friday night we had a big headliner at off the square in Manchester, and we had a big after party and stuff afterwards. It was a really good gig. Good fun.
That's why you got two men down.
Yeah,
I know, yeah.
Can't hack it.
Get over there, that's the trouble. So you've got a new EP out called Music Is My Madness.
Music to my madness.
Oh,
Yeah.
music. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I should have said Music Is My Madness on. See, I'm fucking useless. I always write everything down wrong, especially if I haven't got my glasses on. But all right, then I'll do that again. You've got a new EP out called Music to My Madness.
We do, yeah.
Is there not music in mine?
Music in my madness.
Fuck off! I don't
Oh, here he is.
Arthur's joining us now.
Oh, he can tell us what the EP's called.
Yeah, he'll tell you.
Yeah, we'll see whether we get a different title.
Sat there in his boxer short, guaranteed.
Is he coming in?
Come on, Arthur. Already late.
His little images appeared, but whether he's going to join us properly.
He's not switching his camera on.
We got you all on now, actually.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a voyeur, I reckon. You just sit and watch the whole thing.
Live audience.
Yeah.
He ain't allowed to do that. I'll kick him off because he's upsetting my screen.
Yeah.
There he
James.
is.
Oh, here he is.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, mate?
All right, good. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah,
we're
we're not bad. We're just discussing.
What are you doing there, bro?
Where are you at your nan's?
I'm in the study. Been doing plenty of reading.
I'm glad you've been reading up because we need you to tell us what your new EP is called.
Music to my madness.
Right, there we go. We got it right
There we
eventually. So how's that being received, lads?
Really well.
Yeah, good.
Like way better than I think any of us thought. It was, record of the week on XS Manchester was probably the highest point of it all, and that was before it even came out. That was the first single we released. So I think way more people have really got into it than we thought would have. We've got like a bit of a base following, but there's been so many people from like different parts of the country or different radio stations, different promoters, just like companies up and down the country that have messaged us that we've never heard of or spoken to before, saying like really enjoying it, really enjoying this track, really enjoying this track. It's been pretty amazing.
And we're seeing like record number streams and Spotify ones for listeners that we've not had before. And like, it's not even like we hit a peak and then it drops. It's kind of resting now at a good, like,
Pretty solid,
best.
yeah.
It's
That's
good.
good.
It's looking good.
I had to listen to it today, actually.
Yeah. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I listened. I thought there was about 10 songs on there, but it seemed like there was 10 songs on. I must have had it on loop or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's five that I found.
Yeah, it must have just kept plugged. I was at work, and I was like listening, and then because I quite enjoyed it actually. I mean, I was going to ask you a question actually. Is it quite difficult to break the mold? Because I mean, knowing that you're from Manchester and you had all those like 80s, 90s. No, they weren't really 80s bands. 90s,
yeah.
90s bands, Oasis, Happy Mondays and all them lot. Is it quite difficult not to be compared?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, I think it always goes back to, you're a Manchester band, no, it just sound like Oasis. Like,
Yeah.
It is difficult as well. Like, it's just because there's just a big stigma around Manchester sound as well. Like, even like from the 80s, like you had the Smiths, Joy Division, then you had Oasis, Stone Roses, and then coming into like the 2000s, it spread out a bit around the country, that kind of sound. I
think it's all personal, though, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
although I don't think any of us in the band would say that there's any of that classic 90s Manchester sound in the EP, but there's been one or two people that said, oh yeah, you can really hear the 90s Manchester sound in it. So
I could hear it actually.
Well, there you go. I think as much as we think it, we think we've done quite well to avoid fit in a stereotype. But
And we'd be lying if we said it weren't an influence as well, because
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was thinking when I was listening, I was thinking, well, it's probably more sort of my age demographic that would think it rather than, your age demographic, I suppose, because it's already flown past your age demographic, and it's more around mine and David's, where we can look back or listen back
Don't
to it.
pull me into your demographic.
Shut up, you with your fucking porn stash. We can look back and maybe we get a bit sentimental about the 90s or whatever, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's probably more our age that has got more of that sort of vibe. We think, oh yeah, that's a bit Oasis, or that's a bit,
Yeah, I don't think we take offense to it.
No,
I think
absolutely.
I think if anyone was like, "Oh, you just sound like Oasis," then I think that's different to, "Oh, it's really got that 90s sound."
If I can hear Oasis in it, then that's fine. But if someone's saying, "Oh,
You're just trying to be
like sometimes you really don't, you're an Oasis cover band or something." So,
Yeah.
I mean, no, not a big fan.
Yeah, really? I wouldn't go that far, but
That's
No,
what,
no,
that's what
I
I'm saying.
know.
If it was like, you're saying exactly the same, then you'd be a bit annoyed. But if you say there's hints of it, then I'll take it.
yeah, I think it's definitely got hints. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's going to have hints of it, to be honest. I mean, it's that Manchester sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't get away
Sarah,
from it anyway. There's no chance you can get away from it anyway.
no.
Yeah.
You play
Well,
if you're Manchester and you got
Yeah.
guitars, that's it.
Yeah.
You don't see it anyway.
As well, I think Elliot's a good singer, but there's no hiding his accent. It's there, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Manchester band, and it just gets taken back to that Liam Gallagher-esque vocals. Well, I don't think he's got Liam Gallagher-esque vocals, but you can.
No, Liam Gallagher can't sing, so
Yeah.
definitely not. He never could sing, could he?
Don't go watch this.
Might be on tour again next year.
He's not your manager, is he?
Do you know him?
They were a whip.
No, my missus, because she had a listen and she actually compared them, Ted, to Autumn Killers, less the synths.
Okay. Yeah,
So
when you
it was
messaged me that, and I was like, what the fuck's she on about?
Find a Way.
Yeah.
She said that one sounded a bit like Autumn Killers without Leicester synthesizers, because obviously when we've seen them live, they've not necessarily used synths as well. Do you know what I mean? Because they're obviously prog rocky, and they Autumn Killers. But so yeah, I think it's kind of like a personal thing. You can listen to it, and you can take away from it what you think yourself, really, which is good, isn't it? That's what you want.
Yeah, well, that's what music is all about, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So what gigs you got coming up then? Obviously, you had a big gig on a weekend, and a couple of you got smashed, and you're still recovering, and some of you have been a bit poorly, and one of you might have COVID. So have you got any more coming up?
Well, Arthur, you can take this one. You're the one that does the gig post to posts.
Yeah.
You've probably got them fresh in your mind.
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, fingers crossed. We're playing on Saturday in Bury at Wax and Beans, and then we've got two to end the year. 16th of December in Halifax, 7th of, at the Peace Hall, and then 17th of December at Electric Church in Blackburn. So we've got a nice run up to Christmas and that. And
I can make this fucking video go viral, don't you? I'm going to tag Logan Paul to fucking in the corner over there.
Does look a bit like Logan Paul, doesn't he?
Nice.
Hey, like, fucking hell, I got Logan Paul on the podcast. We're getting fucking loads of thumbs down on it.
Controversial now.
How was your last fight, Butt, and who you fighting next?
I'm selling pretty well, innit? Like,
Give Tommy Fury a shout out, that's right.
Yeah, got to be a better fight than that fucking what's the other knobhead's name? Oh, Tyson Fury in it. He's fighting Chisora again, isn't he?
Oh yeah, and it was meant to be December. Isn't it?
I wouldn't jump in if he was fighting you. I'd probably
Yeah. Scary, man.
I love Tyson Fury, but
I do as well, actually.
But I just think it's the wrong fight, and he needs to be fighting. He's 33, 34. He needs to be fighting the top boys, doesn't he? Not Derek Chisora again.
Tyson Fury's
I reckon
pretty
he's seen how much money that absolute whitewash of thingy. What's his name? Last one. Oh, what's his name now?
Oh,
His last fight.
Fury's
I
last
watched
fight.
it,
Fury's last fight.
Fury's basically he was
Dillian White, wasn't it?
Dillian White, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dillian White, yeah. And he saw that, thought I can make that much money, like walk into the ring, like do a few rounds, like a sparring session. And thought, why am I getting battered by Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
Well, that's what he done, didn't he? He basically he jabbed him a little bit and then uppercutted him and knocked him out. That was pretty much it, wasn't it? Really, he was,
He pushed him over, didn't he?
Yeah.
it was definitely an uppercut.
Dilly was like, he pushed me over. It was illegal.
Oh, he knocked him out on his feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He did, yeah. He battered him really.
I would have had him. I would have had him.
Watch that in the open.
Because I watched a show the other night, and I'm not sure, it might have been on Jonathan Ross actually, and Sylvester Stallone was on there. And he said to Tyson Fury, "You are the best boxer that's ever
this
been."
generation, isn't it? Or
Yeah. Which basically, but that if his generation, so that'll include Muhammad Ali and Tyson, Mike Tyson, and all
Mike
those
Tyson,
guys.
yeah.
It depends how far you go in generations, but I'd definitely say he's up there. He rubs shoulders with them without a doubt.
Yeah, I think he did as well.
Yeah.
It's a different game nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's so agile for a big guy, like.
Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah,
is,
he
yeah,
is like
to be
a
honest.
middleweight. It's nuts.
Yeah. Did you see Ricky Hatton fought on the weekend as well?
Yeah, it was cool, wasn't it? He looked good, didn't he, Ricky?
Did you win?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
He was supposed to do an exhibition fight ages ago, and then that got cancelled. And then out of nowhere, he was fighting again.
Yeah, they made like a big do of it, didn't they? And like I think they raised loads of money for charity, and they had all other stuff going on. Yeah, I was a massive Adam fan. I was when through his career, he was a brilliant boxer.
He did a talk.
I missed it.
Yeah, so he did a talk at our local cricket club a few weeks ago, like a Q&A.
Really?
No,
Oh,
did
that's
he?
cool.
I didn't go, but he was out up the road.
Oh, you should have went, man.
Yeah.
Been quite interesting, all those sort of stories. Yeah. We were going to get Bruno on you, but he wanted 1,500 quid.
I will do it for half that.
I mean, I need somebody to start paying me, I think.
Yeah. But he did say he would give it to charity, didn't he?
Yeah, it was for his charity.
Yeah, so it was a fee for charity. He only ever does them, and then he gives his fee to charity then, which is nice.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. I like old Frank.
I was go straight to our pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely can't afford it. So,
Well, James runs the band bank account, so we say it goes to the band bank account. But
There we go.
We
I
don't see.
hope you never put it on FTX and invest it in crypto because it's all gone.
We put some money. We did put some money in
we put
crypto.
15 quid each in crypto. I checked it the other day. It's about 200 quid now, just sat there.
Each.
I know, I just say all in all.
It won't be now after the fiasco from last week.
No,
I don't keep up to date with
I
that.
We did it ages ago with that Luna that dropped.
When Luna crashed, we thought, we'll cash in, see if it goes back up again. But I just left it. You never know.
Yeah, well, actually, I did that as well because it went down from like 100 quid
down to
0.0000005.
Yeah.
And then that was the time to buy in, really. If you put like 100 quid into it.
But the day after, it went up to about 500 quid between us. And was always leave it because it keeps going. It's dropped down again now. But, I mean, I don't really understand it that much, but we'll see where it goes.
I reckon. With about 30 years, we'll have about $1,000 between us.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, actually.
I don't get it at all. I still don't understand what the commodity is that you're trading. I don't get it. I don't get why this fake stuff has got a value to it when it's not linked to any sort of resource or gold or. I don't understand how it works. I really don't get it. But
I've not got a clue either.
It's technology, Dave. Technology.
Yeah, but what sort of technology? Chips, computers, PlayStations. This must be something that it's
called blockchain.
Yeah, it's bullshit, isn't it? It just don't make sense. It don't make sense.
I agree.
It don't make sense. There's got to be a commodity that it's linked to, and it's not. It's a theoretical thing, isn't it?
People to buy drugs online. That's what it is, basically.
Yeah, that was with Monero. I mean, Monero's still like 120 quid a top, if you like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they're trying to take that down, aren't they? Everything's getting taken down nowadays. Do you know what I think should get taken down, lads? David's fucking porn moustache. How long's November going on?
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm only two weeks in.
I'm doing November.
Yeah. We
2
got,
weeks in. Oh yeah, you got another half a month to go yet.
I know.
Hey,
It
keep-
is.
keep you on this one.
There's a guy in work who's actually, you could have done it actually. So he had a big beard, and what he's doing the reverse. So he's shaving it down and trimming it, and by the end of the month he'll have nothing. So he's got like big huge pork chops there at the moment and a bit of a goatee beard, and then he said he's going to trim it down a bit more, and
Yeah.
so I think that's quite a different way of
Last
doing
few
it. It's
years,
quite good.
I had a bit of a beard as well, and I just shaved everywhere, left the tash for November. This is the first year I've gone straight down to clean cut and then start from the beginning. So I don't know if you can see it in this light. I can't really see myself.
No, it's looking good. Too. It's looking good.
I just thought it was a shadow.
You don't worry about it. My son been growing his since April, so he wanted a head start.
And he's only got 3 hairs on there now.
James has been trying to grow this for about 22 years. I think.
So apart from your gigs, you got any more new music you're going to be recording?
I mean, we've been recording. We're doing a lot of demos ourselves from our practice room. We have been in the studio for a single for next year. There's not really a plan in place. I think a lot of our time at the minute is trying to fill up next year, put stuff in the right places, the right gigs, the right tune for the right time of year. So there's a lot of background stuff going on, but not really anything that you're probably going to hear anytime soon.
Okay. Have you got like decent management or?
Yeah, you're looking at it.
Yeah, you're doing it yourself, you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's the best way, really.
We've just started up with Moonman, PR company from Australia, and they're doing a lot of stuff for us, and it's been nice having someone just ticking away in the background, coming up with this bit of radio play, like this opportunity. But other than that, it's a lot of.
I mean, we've been working closely with This Feeling promotion company. I don't know if you're aware of them, but they're like across the country. They've offered us some good gigs so far, put us on over in Liverpool on a show that was already sold out.
Mm-hmm.
So, we knew they weren't looking just to get a quick cash grab out of us or tickets. It was like they're actually doing us a favour, putting us on nice gigs where people will watch us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. It's a nice little thing. Like, it's just nice. Do you know what I mean?
It'll be
It's
right.
fun. Yeah.
I think we're getting some good stuff come up as well. So I think the quality is finally coming up rather than the quantity of stuff just being thrown at us.
Yeah.
So it's nice that we can sort of sit back and think, this will be really good now. And then we've got this thing coming up. And if we can get anything in the in-between, that'd be great. But it's some exciting stuff coming up in the next 12 months.
Okay, that's cool.
Good. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you need to get on a couple of festivals and,
Hopefully.
get your name out there.
Yeah, definitely festivals is the way to go, isn't it? It's got a big audience.
It's a slow game, this one, honestly. It's such a slow game. I mean, I'm part of it and I like it. Bloody hell, it's
I'm here for the long run.
Yeah. Like
well, do you know that's actually refreshing to hear that you understand how slow it is.
Yeah, cool.
Because a lot of artists think it lands on their laps and you're an overnight sensation, and it doesn't work like that. You need somebody good behind you that can push you in the right direction. Like you said, you've gone with Moonman Piano. They can push your stuff to radio and that. Because if you were doing it on your own, you'd be stuck probably.
Yeah.
It's who you know. This industry is who you know, isn't it? It's like,
it is, very much.
Obviously, you've got to be decent. You got to be able to do your stuff and hard working professional, that sort of stuff. But if I work really hard in my job, most likely you're going to get promoted and you're going to earn a fair amount of money. In this industry, there is the potential if you work really, really hard. If you haven't got the right contacts or whatever,
nothing happens.
You don't get anywhere, or you don't.
That's right.
Want to. So it's no guarantee. But like I say, it's just happy to be part of it. To be honest, just fun at where we are now.
100%.
Yeah. It's important just to keep having fun,
Yeah, definitely.
So how long have you boys been together then?
About 3 years.
I think 4, but I think it's 3.
Free properly with Arthur, which I would say is the cut-off point of when we did it properly. Because we did it a bit before, but not.
We played one gig in 2019.
July.
And then that was with my brother as the drummer, and then Arthur joined us in September 2019. So I'd say it's
3 years, yeah.
3 years.
Yeah. So I was still 17, and I've not long turned 21. So yeah, about 3 and a bit.
Yeah.
We had COVID as well. COVID's obviously it's not
Yeah,
just
that's right.
obviously everyone that was 18 months sort of out where no one was we weren't doing anything. So but everyone else was in the same boat, weren't they? But
Yeah.
so yeah, 3 years, but
That's
18 months.
pretty well, really.
Did you like try and keep busy as much as you could through COVID with your writing and stuff?
Yeah, we did a fair amount of writing. But also me and Chris, I think, spent about 3 weeks painting the band room.
Yeah.
Repainted it and repainted it for something new.
That was the second lockdown when it stayed open, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was the first lockdown, we couldn't even get in our band room. So they kind of sent us a message saying we're going to close. So you've got to take all your equipment home, take it home. And then they closed it for the majority of the first lockdown. Then reopened it. And then we went to the second one. They said we're going to keep it open, but just be safe and all the rest of it. So
it was nice. It kept us busy.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think me and James kept more busy with just handiwork.
Yeah.
To be fair, two of the EP tunes were Salvador and Find a Way we wrote during that first lockdown. So yeah, I guess we were doing a bit of both, really, weren't we? Just making
Yeah, that's good.
There was nothing to do, and I get dead bored. Me, like, I can't sit around and do nothing. So
I was actually quite excited to just paint the band room.
Yeah. Just getting buzzing.
No way, we need 6 more paints. Yes, please.
Go on, Dave, ask your question. I know you're itching to.
So with you being Manchester lads then, what do you think about all this Ronaldo debacle at the moment? What's your view on that?
Is this one for me as the Manchester United fan? I love him to bits. What he's done hasn't taken away the fact of what he has done for the club. I don't know. I think it's a bit. It's to me, in my eyes, it's a bit childish, is what it is. I think what if he thought he was going to go on there and he's going to sort of say his piece and then the fans and everything will sort of go to his side. But I think they've more rallied to Ten Hag's side and said, well, he said stuff. He said stuff about don't know, like carrying. It's not evolved since Alex Ferguson and all his bits and bobs, and it's. Yeah, we know that as United fans. Like, I've got a season ticket. I go to the games, like the stadium's falling in, like there's leaks in the roofs. We know that. So I don't know. It's the wrong time to do it. I think what he's done is wrong, but I'm still love the man to bits. The guy was absolutely nuts for us between about 2004 and 2009.
I think he's done a lot more controversial things that have been swept under the carpet, though, in my opinion.
Yeah,
probably.
Well, I don't even know what he's done, so.
That's due to his payouts, but.
Because I'm a Man United fan as well, and I went to watch it last night, and this is how henpecked and downtrodden I am. My wife wouldn't let me watch it.
Really? Yeah, honestly, I've not watched it. I won't watch it. I saw the thing on TikTok of the clip of it or whatever, and I thought I'm not watching the whole thing because that'll just be a little snippet of something where Piers will have, because he's an idiot as well.
Yeah,
he'll have asked him like a leading question.
Yeah,
Ronaldo would have just answered it. I don't know.
Cut it down.
And it's been cut down to this little bit. Apparently there's parts where he's praising players in different bits and bobs. So I don't think it's the whole hullabaloo or whatever it's over this tiny little thing, this say 2-minute segment of it, and it's an hour long interview. I don't want to watch it just in case the whole thing I should ought to cry to.
Well, my son watched it today, or he's watched a majority of it, and he said the way he feels after watching it, he's actually siding more with Ronaldo.
Is he? Right.
So, and he said for a change, Piers seems to be very emotional, and he's obviously got a lot of respect for Ronaldo, so it's not like he's trying to set them up with anything. He's actually
the stuff he was writing. Yeah, the stuff Piers Morgan was writing, whatever it was, in the Sun in like 2008, 2009, over Ronaldo, saying he's a spoiled brat and all this sort of. Piers Morgan is not a respectable human being.
Well, he's an Arsenal fan anyway.
Yeah, the guy's annoying. The guy flows with whatever he thinks he's going to either be controversial or will get him popular. Yeah, screw him. That's we should be talking about Piers Morgan, not Ronaldo.
Yeah. That's the real problem.
I think we need to watch it. After my boy said about it, he seems to think that he's supporting Ronaldo, and
Watch it tonight and text you.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I do, because he said Ronaldo sort of like said some good stuff about like Ollie and different people, and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
he didn't like Ralph, and there's a few other people that he doesn't like. But
I think that whole end to that last season was just toxic anyway. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
you could tell, like getting beat to Everton when Everton we've been getting beat all season, 1-0 horrible loss. It's just like yeah, not ideal.
You never see that at Burnley. Nothing but good work ethic.
well, that's why Terry's smiling, because he's kind of like a closet Arsenal fan. He's not a big football fan, really, but if there was a team he supported, it would be Arsenal. But he just gets frustrated when they keep falling over and rolling about the place, doesn't he?
I mean, I'd rather Arsenal win the league this year than City. Easy. So
I would as well.
yeah, 10 times.
I would as well.
I wouldn't.
What you're on about?
Never won anything for years. So.
It depends. I think it just depends on what players you got after the World Cup. I think the World Cup's going to be a bit of a killer for people. I think it's going to.
Lucky for us, Haaland's not going.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, he's part Welsh. I haven't told you, huh?
Oh,
So his mum that lived on a road, and he's on a plane now on his way over, and he's
4-4-2 with Haaland and Bale.
Playing for Wales.
He's changed his name to David Haaland. So Wales are now favourites to win the World Cup again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be lucky.
Anyway, that's enough from me.
You go back and hide under your moustache.
It's a good job Elliot Craven was not here.
Oh,
Yeah. We'll put the right person to 2-6 to come here.
The thing is, though, this will we'll get big, and in 10 years this will come out. And
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh,
you
yeah,
get cancelled.
yeah,
Piers Morgan will chop it up.
he'd be kicked off the Grammys.
Yeah.
They did it with that presenter, mind, didn't they, from the Oscars? What's his name? The Kevin Hart, wasn't he? He was supposed to be presenting the Oscars, and something came out 10 years before where he said something silly about his son, and they dug it up, and ridiculous, isn't it?
Happens a lot. That lad who ran Celebrity a few years ago, what was he called? Some tweets resurfaced from years.
Oh, was he a
years.
DJ, radio presenter? Or,
he was on Celebrity, but he got booted off in the first day because loads of stuff resurfaced.
Yeah. Ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, luckily, it's starting to change now, isn't it?
You can't say nothing these days.
No, I think it's starting to change a little bit now. I think the old cancel culture itself is getting a bit cancelled. So
yeah, I think it'll go in cycles where
the new mega cancelled will come through.
Yeah, it'll be super cancelled.
Yeah.
no, it's going to cancel itself out.
The snowflakes are melting.
They are. That's why I don't know if you listened to the radio show last week. That was one of my things on the radio show.
What was?
I said, "Oh, this is a question for all you ladies out there."
Yeah.
So what does a snowman do when he gets into an argument? He has a meltdown.
That's a nice clean joke.
I was expecting words.
That's a nice clean joke.
I feel like there's a terrible sucker punch.
And my other one was, if two vegans get into an argument, I said, "Oh, this one's a question for the vegans." I don't know if any of you are vegans or not.
Yeah, I am.
But if two vegans get into an argument, is it still called a beef?
It's non-rogue.
Well, yeah, that was pretty much the highlight. I haven't got time to put my radio show out this week. What a nightmare. Got to play an old one.
So let's go back to the music a little bit. So we touched on my sensible head back on now. So we touched on like your influences and stuff, and we were saying about the Oasis sound. So what's your actual influences for songwriting and your sound?
I mean,
it's a mixture, I think, between the five of us. They were all collectively into indie rock, like classic rock as well. But each individual person is into different things. Like me and Arthur, we quite like rap music and electronic music as well as rock music, all that kind of thing. And then Chris, if you want to.
I mean, I'm a few years older than a couple of them, so I was I was sort of listening to AC/DC because my dad listened to AC/DC when I was younger. So I think I am that part of the Venn diagram that doesn't fit into the middle. But I think whatever everyone's different influences are, they all sort of find a place onto what is our music, which is why I think we think that we probably don't have as much of that Manchester sound about us, just because there's 5 different takes on a song, isn't there? And we've made it work. I think we find it easier to make it work now as well.
No, agreed, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I like Taylor Swift, really.
Oh, man, who doesn't?
Yeah, so that's
Tay smashing it up.
Yeah, I got Glastonbury tickets this year, so I hope she's playing on it. So that'll be absolutely.
If Harry Styles and Taylor Swift are playing, I think I'll cry. I'll leave that up.
Yeah, big fan.
Any of you in the acid house?
I
mean,
went to a couple of nights.
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying, I'm into like electronic music as well. Like I go to like techno events, garage events, that kind of thing. I'm not bothered. I'll listen to it. If it's good music, I'll listen to it. It's just when you know something's a bit shit, if you know what I mean. Doesn't matter the genre.
Funny story about that. So it turns out me and Elliot years ago, he'd have probably been about 17 or 18. I'd have been about 18 or 19. And it turns out we went to the same acid house event in a nightclub it's not open anymore, is it? South nightclub in Manchester, where a guy called Gerald was playing. And I had no idea. I'd listened to some of the music. I thought, this is a bit of a bop. We'll go to this event. But when my mate said to us, "Oh, we're going to go and see a guy called Gerald tonight," I just thought it was a guy from their uni.
Oh, right, okay.
It was just like, there's a guy from our uni called Gerald, and he's got this song out. I was like, Voodoo Ray. Oh, it's decent that. Yeah, he's doing all right.
It's Gerald.
Yeah. Me and Elliot went to that same acid house event. We didn't meet till years and years later.
Yeah.
But
it's a small world, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I mean, I've always wanted to go to one of them Hacienda classical gigs. They look really cool when they get like I don't know if you've seen it.
Kendall.
Kendall.
I don't know if you've seen it, but obviously, like Peter Hook and a few other people, they put together a gig every year, and it's a big classical ensemble that recreate all the old Hacienda tunes, and like they have like DJs and bands on, but it's all revolves around this massive orchestra, and it's
really
supposed. I mean, I've not seen it. If you two have seen it,
we went to the Hacienda Classical at the first Kendall we went to in 2018 was absolutely crud. I thought it was well poo, but
really,
but then the one we went to this year at Kendall College was like well decent.
Yeah,
I mean, I only got 2 songs in. I only got the end 2 songs because my girlfriend was she's too pissed, so she won't let her back into the arena. So I had to put it first and got caught the last 2 tunes, but those 2 songs were well decent anyway.
Put it non-stop throughout the whole thing as well. There's never really a moment where it just stops. It's like one song goes into another, and even like the interludes are just like madness. And the lighting for it as well. That
crazy. One interlude I saw, beautiful.
All right, so you're going to tell us your socials?
Yeah, I mean, we're Cavs Band on pretty much everything. It's at Cavs Band. That's it. Twitter.
The Cavs. Where do you get your name from?
Just Cavs Band.
Where do we get the name from?
I mean, so that one gig we did, naming a band is the world's shittest thing.
Yeah,
it really is. Like all the names that were coming up that we all thought separately were good, everyone was just like, "That is terrible. That's rubbish. That's worse than the other thing." My mate had lent me the Peter Hook's "How Not to Run a Club" book.
I could see it from there.
And it's my shop up there. And honestly, I never finished it. I didn't really like it. He said he was going to enjoy it. I thought it was rubbish. But I'd say about quarter of the way through, they were on about having a very cavalier attitude to running the club, and I thought that sounds like quite a fun word. So I googled it, and they said they just had no idea what they were doing, and I thought if there's one thing that sums us up, even now, we just have no idea really. But
we just keep going.
So we just keep going. So it started as the Cavaliers, and that was the one gig we did when my brother was the drummer. But we always called ourselves the Cavs, and we always signed stuff as the Cavs and tweeted as the Cavs. So when Arthur joined the band, it just naturally rebranded itself as the Cavs.
I mean, obviously, all our fans were gutted.
Oh yeah, all our family members were devastated.
Well, you say we did the first gig as the Cavaliers. On the poster, we actually didn't. We did the gig as the Cave Liars because somebody spelt the name wrong. Yeah. So if there's any cult fans in 10 years' time that want to come and tell us about the Cave Liars, then you can have a free T-shirt.
Yeah. Well, if somebody's still got that poster, and in 10 years' time, when they dig this up and you guys get cancelled off the Grammys, that poster will be worth loads of money.
Yeah. We'll do a tour off that.
Yeah, you'll all have to get back together then.
Well, they're going to split up in the meantime as well, are they?
You never know. Oh, all right, and guys. Well, we've had a bit of a laugh. Arthur hasn't really said much.
Never do.
We're going to have to nail him next time.
It's the quietest summer you'll ever meet.
He's tired after that boxing match. He is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so a few gigs coming up. Not really any new music coming out for a while.
No, yeah, we're just going to ride this EP out for a bit.
Yeah, new EP. What's it called again?
Who knows?
It doesn't matter at this point.
It's personal interpretation.
Yeah.
Untitled.
Music is my gladness.
It's on Spotify if they want to check it out. Can they download it from iTunes and places like that?
Do it.
We are iTunes, Spotify. We're on Deezer. We're on all the majors. I think some of the minors.
We're on TikTok as well. If you want to make a dance and to one of our tunes,
Start doing the flossy bop or whatever it is.
Brilliant. I'd rather direct them to somewhere where you boys are going to earn some money from it rather than
iTunes, Spotify. We're on all those. All the songs are on there. And
brilliant.
Every download.
Going to release it on CD or anything, or are you thinking about doing that?
Yeah,
it is. You can buy a CD off the website.
Excellent.
www.cavsband.co.uk.
Pre-order the vinyl.
It's
probably one of the cheapest vinyls out there.
Mm-hmm.
Priced at a reasonable £16.99.
That is cheap.
It is cheap, yeah. So
25, 30 quid normally, so that's good. Bargain.
We're trying to help people out in this cost of living crisis.
We'll be seeing your names come through on the PayPal later, then I assume.
Yeah, we'll buy two.
I haven't got a record player.
Haven't you?
The collector's item.
And I'm glad I haven't got a record player because I nearly got talked into buying the £1 Million album.
What's that?
From the Pocket Gods.
All right.
The Pocket Gods. Do you know who the Pocket Gods are?
No.
All right, they're an indie band from 20 years ago, I expect. They're still making mad music. Right. And the singer, what's the singer's name, Dave? Mark Christopher Lee. Mark Christopher Lee, the best Dracula ever. The Pocket Gods have now got all these world records because they make 30-second songs to protest against Spotify. So they've got one album out with 1,000 songs on it, which is a world record.
Wow.
They are in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest song.
Yeah, it's about 15 days long.
Because there's no sound on a lot of them, and so they just tell people to play the music.
No, it's music on everything.
Is it? There's a band out there that have released a silent album just in protesting on Spotify.
That's probably the Pocket Gods as well.
They might, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I think that's the Pocket Gods as well, yeah.
Right.
And now they made a one vinyl album that they're selling for £1 million because they're going to start their own ethical streaming services where musicians will be paid a fair amount of money for their streaming.
I take it back then.
Yeah,
I take it on back.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Pocket Gods.
I'm into that. Yeah. I mean, if Spotify can buy New Camp, I'm sure they can give us a few quid here and there, can't they?
Yeah, they definitely can, yeah.
It is nuts, to be fair, if you think about it. Like, say we've got 10,000 streams on one of our songs. If you sold 10,000 singles like back in the day for, what was it, $5 or something? You get a quid from your thing. You sorted out.
Yeah,
exactly.
What I
mean? It's crazy. I mean, there's no money in touring now because of Brexit and all that crap. We're going into a bad business here. This is a poor business choice.
You better get a job down Asda.
Yeah.
Like, great self-reflection.
Arthur, you'll be all right, but you just have to, just keep going with the boxing career, and I'm sure
Yeah,
things will come good for you, mate. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
He's working for a lookalike agency, you know that, don't you?
That's it, yeah.
On the side.
Doing it up.
All right, and lads, great to talk to you. Nice to meet you all.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, if your boys come down to South Wales, give me a shout, and I'll come over and have a beer.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely,
definitely, 100%.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All
Cool.
right. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you very much.
It's been a good evening, mate. I had a shite day in work, and you've made my day much brighter. Thank you.
Happy to hear that. Thank
It's what I do.
you.
All right, cheers, lads.
Cheers,
All right,
boys.
nice one, boys.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers.
Shut up.